strong. She is educated, talented. She knows she's a woman.
Welcome to the ExtraOwoman show. On this show, we speak to women who have accomplished in their chosen fields. Today, I'm speaking with Abiabata Zakariah. Yeah, that's a long name. She is the current Deputy CEO of MASLOC, and she's my guest today on the ExtraOwoman show. Welcome, Hajia, and thanks for coming to the ExtraOwoman show.
Thank you. Pleased to be here.
You're looking very beautiful.
Same as you.
Thank you. So, how has it been being the Deputy CEO of an institution like MASLOC?
To me, I think it is a privilege. At the same time, I get the kind of satisfaction that I've always been looking for.
Who qualifies for a loan from MASLOC?
Every Ghanaian citizen between the ages of 18 to 65 qualifies to take a loan from MASLOC. And MASLOC, we have so many products. We have the microcredit product. That one is a group loan, and it is between 5 to 25 people in a group. So that we call it micro, in the sense that the maximum amount each person in the group can take is 1,000 Ghana cedis. And we also have the small loans, which we also term as the individual loans. And then we have something we call asset financing.
You have access, so then I can say you have access to a lot of cash. Can you write out a loan to yourself as a Deputy CEO?
In as much as I'm a Ghanaian, I don't think that I can disburse loan to myself as a Deputy CEO.
But it's a loan which you will pay back.
But I can't. Who does the approval?
Yeah, you are the Deputy CEO, so then your senior will have to do the approval.
We have something we call the staff loan. So as a staff, maybe I can, but it's something that I haven't thought about.
How do you deal with defaulters?
What we do is that, we are under the office of the president, so we cannot prosecute directly. But whatever prosecution that we have to do, we do it through the Attorney General. But since we assumed office, we've done a lot of sensitization to our clients. So we haven't actually had any default rate, which is so high to the extent that it will come to prosecution. So we have people on the field in terms of monitoring. When the clients know that their loans are due, they call them and then they do payments. But when it gets critical, we will not have any option than to take them to court.
What is the most critical case you've ever had to deal with?
We have a lot of defaulters from the previous government that we are still struggling with.
So it's
some
political.
of them are paying, others are not paying. And then some of them have been written rates. And then based on that, they have come to do some payments. We have also done some payment plans for others who are willing to pay.
MASLOC, are you people thinking of creating jobs?
Before you disburse any loan to any client, you would have done your pre-assessment. For example, if you come to me and you apply, you tell me you have a shop situated at so and so. Before I even go through the approval, the loan approval, I would have visited you in your shop. And it's not always the case that how much you request is what is given to you, because the assessment comes with everything that they will have to find out from your shop, whether you really deserve the amount that you are applying for.
Have you always wanted to see yourself in this kind of position?
Yeah, well, growing up, I didn't anticipate being in MASLOC per se, but I knew that I would one day become someone who can impact lives. Not so much about the position, but being in a position that you can really touch lives.
What are some of the contributing factors? Family, friends? What are some of the things that inspired you growing up?
Yeah, first of all, I was born in India to a politician and an educationist. My father was a politician, my mother was a petty trader. And my father being an educationist, everyone in India at the time growing up would testify to the fact that this was a man who encouraged a lot of young men and women to go to school. So having been his daughter, he inspired me a lot. My father used to be an MP for India during the second regime, business time. and a deputy minister of agriculture. But when we grew up, he wasn't a politician anymore. He was a politician, all right, but like we didn't grow up to meet him as MP or whatever.
Okay.
But he was still an assistant director of education and then guidance and counseling coordinator in Yendi Municipal. So this was something that he was doing himself. So such a person going around schools, educating a lot of children, and then fortunately I was directly under his roof. So you can imagine that this is a man who would not condone any child who would not take her studies seriously. From Yendi, I don't know whether you know Northern Region.
Not really.
Yeah, so
not really.
So if I could start from Yendi, a local authority school, and then I ended up at an Ivy League school in America. That tells you a lot.
On scholarship?
Columbia University. I went to from Yendi. Actually, my primary school was Yendi. My JSS was Yendi. My secondary school, I went to Kumasi, Asantua Girls. Then I went to University of Ghana, after which I did my service at UNHCR. From UNHCR, I went to Merchant Bank. From there to Columbia University. So knowing Columbia University and me coming from Yendi with that kind of background, I didn't go to any international school like GIS or the schools that you can name, but I was in Columbia University with students from Ghana who had the privilege of going to GIS, and I wasn't lacking in terms of academics. So that tells you that I'm someone who actually was determined to do what goals I had set for myself.
Okay. Are you an only child or
I'm
the
not
first
an
child?
only child. My father had like 18 children, but now we are 14 children. But
18?
my mom's side, we are 6.
One
and I'm
eight.
the third child to my mom. If not for my mom, may his soul rest in peace as well. She's
Your
so
mom
late.
too?
Yes.
Oh,
If not for her, I would not have been able to have my first degree because I was married at the time and I had my first child. In fact, I got admission in 2000 to go to Lagos. And when I got married,
I will come to your marriage.
Yeah.
It's a part of this interview that really excites me.
Yeah.
But now you've given me a different twist.
Yeah.
You got married when you were in the university.
Yeah, before I went to the university.
Before you went to the university.
Yes.
How old were you?
I was 20.
Were either of your parents alive?
My mom was alive.
Okay. I wouldn't want to say she married you off.
No,
She didn't.
it was my choice.
So at 20,
I met my husband. Yeah.
at 20, you had already met your dream man,
Yeah.
falling in love,
Sure.
understood marriage, and you were ready to spend
Sure.
eternity together.
I think to some extent it was a risk, but it turned out to be very good. It was a risk at that time because at 20, what did I know? I didn't know anything. But imagine if I had married someone who did not turn out to be the way I expected, I would have messed up myself.
But you don't enter marriage like that.
Yeah, sure.
You can't be so sure, but at least there should be some shorties.
Yeah, because I studied the person for a while and I knew the person was
For a while?
Yeah, I studied him and I knew he was a good person. We met at a party with my big brother. We went somewhere. In fact, he's my cousin. So from there, it didn't come across as if we were going into anything. But maybe just God worked it out.
When did you realize you wanted to spend the rest of your life with him?
Yeah, well, like when you know a good person, you know.
Really?
Yes. So
Okay. He spoke to your heart.
Yes, my
Okay.
instincts, spoke to me.
You speak highly of your husband almost on every platform that you've had the opportunity to speak.
I just told you what age I got married to him.
20.
20. And as at that time, I hadn't had my first degree. Even though I qualified, I had to defer my course for 2 years because I conceived. And then the next year, I was pregnant.
Again.
So Legon said, well, the maximum number of years you can defer is 2 years. So I did not have any option but to go to school. And like I was telling you, my mom was there to support me in terms of taking care of the children. I was never on campus. I was home, studying, being a wife, a mother and a student.
Tell us, how did you juggle the three, mother, wife, student, and young? I won't say teenager, but you're very young, 20, 21.
Yes.
How did you just manage?
It's all about discipline and determination. I knew what to do at what time, combining being a mother, a wife, and a student. So it's a lot of discipline, determination, and then I had a supporting mother who stood in for me in terms of taking care of the children, because most of the time I was at lectures and she would take care of these children. At that time, the first one had gone to school, but obviously the second one, I had him when I started lectures for 2 weeks. And luckily for me, lecturers were on strike, so it
so that was the advantage.
Yes, to take care of the baby.
All right.
Yeah, so if say like speaking highly, I'm being honest and sincere, because after my first degree, it did not stop me from even pursuing my studies further, and not in Ghana, but America. I remember when I got the admission, people were like, "Are you crazy to leave your wife to go to the US for 2 years and all of that?" But despite that, he still allowed me, because marrying someone doesn't mean the person should suppress you from achieving your goals. So for him to have even given me that opportunity to go outside for 2 years, even though I was coming on holidays, with all due respect, I don't know about other men, but I know it's just a few who will be willing to do a thing like that.
Do you love your husband?
Very much.
If he were to be here, what would you tell him?
Oh, I love him every day. So what I say to him doesn't really make a difference, because he knows.
He already knows. He knows. The feeling is mutual.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Tell us about your political ambitions.
All my life, I was born into a political home, and I've always cherished NPP, even in childhood. I remember how my father was very passionate, especially election time, listening to maybe radio, TV, especially when they were announcing results and all of that. Rawlings's time, from Edubuahin up to, like, I've been part of the process, and I knew at some point I would do politics. But thankfully, when the president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, appointed me to serve in his government as a deputy CEO, I just thought that this is the right time for me to launch myself into the politics. So as I sit here, I am trying to go into politics full time, if you like.
Full time.
Yeah, because I want to go to Parliament, and I am doing the preparatory work for Yendi constituency. So I'll be going, when nominations are open, I'll pick a form to contest on the ticket of MPP as a parliamentary candidate for the Yendi constituency.
Thereby following your father's footsteps.
Sure.
Is it a goal to accomplish what your father did years ago?
I am a very proud person of my father. And everyone who knew my father, time will not permit me to tell you about my father. But in terms of Yendi constituency, whatever he has done in Yendi constituency, he has physical structures, human development, and what you can think about. For example, as MP, he was only in office for 27 months. He established the first senior high school for Yendi, which is Yendi Secondary School. The electricity, there wasn't electricity. He was the one who built the first plant
in Yendi Township.
The first third road in Yendi came through him, and now we hear affordable housing. Even at that time, he had the idea that they needed to build affordable housing for people. They termed those ones low cost. So low cost bungalows in Yendi. And being a deputy minister of Agric, he touched so many lives in terms of farming. He supported a lot of farmers, especially rice farmers, tractors, combined harvesters, created employment, paid a lot of school fees. And there's one of the electoral area in Yendi constituency, Malgeri. he did the irrigation dam in Nigeria. So 27 months, he really did so much. Yeah, so for me, I'm not saying because my father has been there or because my father had done this in Yendi constituency, that is why I want to come. But I am coming to do something to really touch lives, like I have said. I need to do something more than what he has done. Because if he was able to do that in 27 months, given the nod, I will do more than that. And I'm sure he will be very proud of me in his grave.
I'm sure he will.
Sure.
So prior to nominations,
Yeah.
prior to the nominations being open, what's your roadmap? How are you working your way towards the position?
Okay, so far, since even before I made my mind to contest in the Hindi constituency, you know, MPP came with the mandate that we're coming to do job creation. So whatever policy the government did, for example, the youth in afforestation program, when the government came out with that, I did so much to secure 744 appointments for people in Yendi. One year, they also had this program, community police. I secured 30. Another one from YE 20, sanitation. And then immigration, I got 2 people. Fire service, I got 5. And then permanent jobs, recently they recruited agri extension officers. I was able to get 27
permanent
jobs for the youth. So in terms of jobs, I'm sure I will even leave out some close to 1,000 jobs
that you have created,
that I have sent to people
in Yendi.
People have benefited through me. I am not an MP, but I know this is where I come from. And if the people have jobs, you know, when people are idle, what happens? So with the kind of peace that the president has restored in Dagban, people should not be seen idle. They should be seen to be occupied with this kind of jobs. And apart from that, other intervention like LEAP, Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty, it's an initiative under the Ministry of Gender. 450 people have benefited
through you.
And these are old people. So if you want to talk about the constituency, I have touched women's lives, I've touched the youth, I've touched the aged.
About to come to women, because this is the ExtraOwoman show.
And with MASLOC, 125 women have benefited so much, and more are going to benefit.
Hold on to that. This is the ExtraOwoman show. Any woman that comes here sits on this
Mother's
chair.
Day, for example.
Hajia,
yes,
you will talk about that. I really need to establish a point. This is the ExtraOwoman show. Any woman that sits here is extraordinary. We focus on women empowerment and then children. Can you tell us your plans, what you've done for women so far in Yendi? And I hope you're not focusing only in Yendi because you want the seat. What have you done for women in general?
First of all, MASLOC, our focus is mostly on women. And as I speak to you, the disbursement that I mentioned, over 80% have gone to women. And when I talk about MASLOC, it's a national institution. So we are everywhere, and most of the people who benefit are women. These are people I am constantly in touch with. Yendi is just 125 women so far. So if we have reached out to women all over Ghana, and out of this disbursement, out of the 55 million, over 80% are women, then you know what I'm talking about. And it is not just my effort. I am working in a team. For example, my CEO, my colleague deputy CEO. In our manifesto, we said at least more than 50% should go to women. And we have even exceeded that to 80%.
Wow.
As we sit here. So apart from that, my individual, like my relationship with women is something that I help women.
So any woman,
for example, maybe their kids' school fees, maybe someone wants to set up a business despite MASLOC. If it's something that I know it is going to be a long process, I easily do that on a personal level. So I stand for all women, and not Yendi constituency.
Abiabata Mahama Zakariah is my guest today on the ExtraOwoman show. We take a quick break and we'll be back. She has a lot of awards we'll try and go through, and then we'll come a little bit into her personal life, what she does when she's not doing MASLOC stuff. We'll be right back.
Cut. And so, you just witnessed a fine performance by the students of the Accra Film School. This is one of the best film and media training schools in Ghana. For all the requisite training needed for you to be recognized as a fine filmmaker, follow us to the Accra Film School and help achieve your dreams of becoming
the best screenwriter, director, cinematographer, photographer, video editor, graphic designer, 3D animator, makeup artist, sound engineer, actor, and yes, a broadcast journalist. In Accra Film School, we love what we do.
She's beautiful, so strong. She is educated, talented. She knows she's a woman.
She is the current Deputy CEO of MASLOC and my guest today. I see here Global Female Leadership Impact Award, and this one too is from the same place, Hall of Fame. I cannot go through all because time will not allow us, but you've won quite a lot of awards. Can you take us through some of them?
Yeah, like this one that you just mentioned, that was in 2018.
Yeah.
So I got inducted into the 100 most influential women from Asia, Africa, Middle East to watch in Emerging Economies 2018, and then the Hall of Fame, as you have rightly put it. I was also a panelist on transformational leaders. I was a panelist on that set at the same program in Dubai. This organization their office is in the UK, but they organized a program in Dubai that was at the Shangri-La Hotel in Dubai. Since then, I've gotten other citations from elsewhere, like Las Vegas. I went to Las Vegas and then I met the Congresswoman Dinah Titus, where I had a citation from her, and basically we were able to meet some women at the Congress level and some other African women who came from other African countries.
Would you call yourself an accomplished woman?
Well, I don't know. I think I still have a long way to go. There are so many accomplished women in Ghana where I haven't gotten to, but I know one day I'll be among the accomplished women. For now, I will take it that I am still climbing up there. I am not there yet.
But I would say that so far so good.
Yeah.
You have done so well for your age and your achievement over the years that if you don't want to say it, I will say that you've accomplished a lot. What do you do to relax?
I like to read, and I also like to listen to music.
Can I know the kind of music?
Unfortunately, I am not a good dancer, but I like music. Yeah.
What kinds
I like
of music?
Live, and then I also like R&B.
Oh, hip life. Do you have a favorite artist?
I don't want to get people upset.
Oh, please get upset. Everyone has a favorite. It doesn't mean you don't like the rest.
Yeah, let me keep it for now.
Okay, some of your favorites. Give me 3 of them.
Okay, I like the Lumba songs.
Okay.
I like Kujuinchi.
Okay, old school, old school.
The young ones. I don't know whether between Stone Boy and Shatta. I don't know.
Stone Boy, no, it has to be Stone Boy. It has to be Stone Boy because he's my favorite.
Yeah.
Shatta.
Yeah.
Okay, but Stone Boy.
Yeah.
Stone Boy.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, music, reading,
Yeah.
a little bit of dancing. Try singing in the bathroom. It's fun.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very fun. Singing and dancing in the bathroom. It's fun. So your advice to women in particular, what do you have for women?
What I have for women is In our attempt to do great things, we shouldn't be seen as disrespecting men. We need men to work with us. We should do it in a way that we will not be suppressed, but at the same time with some kind of respect. Because you know, whether you like it or not, it's not only Africa. Men like to control. So if you are a woman and you come across as if you want to dominate the man, you will not have it your way. Especially with women who are married. It's a partnership. So whatever you want to do, you have to agree with your partner on the same page before you do it. And my advice to Muslim women especially is that there is nowhere in the Quran where men are placed above women. Whatever men can do, we can do it. Like I said before, in moderation. We are taught to be submissive, even in the Bible. And being submissive, it doesn't mean that when you are submissive, you just take everything, whether you like it or not. You can still be submissive and make your point. So for me, I don't think that when we look at our genetical makeup, there's something superior about men that women really don't possess. That is how we do it. There has to be a balance.
Thank you very much for spending time with us on the Extraordinary Woman Show. And I wish you all the best in your political ambitions. And I can't wait to see you in Parliament.
Thank you very
I
much.
have been speaking with Abiabata Zakariah, and she is the current Deputy CEO for MASLOC. And like she said, live life, be submissive, whether you are Christian, Muslim, despite your religion. You need men in whatever ambitions that you, especially if you're married, so you do not have to want to dominate as a woman. It doesn't kill to be submissive. And so thank you for watching today's episode of the ExtraOwoman Show. My name is Amma Krampah, and thanks for watching. Make a date with us same time next time.
She's beautiful, so strong. She is educated, talented. She knows she's a woman.